Yo, welcome back to Real Talk. I'm your host, Anakin Sky. Yo, here's an interesting subject matter. What if aliens and their theory of Anunnaki was our ancestry? Oh, that's heavy. Now think about this though, right? Now, in the book of Ezekiel, right, they talk about the wheel inside the wheel. And that sound like a flying saucer. When you say, well, I is about it, right? So you're talking about a flying saucer, right? You say a saucer-like structure. They had wheels. Oh, you know, saying they had wheels and so forth. They're saying so it's a wheel inside of a wheel. So it's a circle inside of a circle. Ever look at how they talk about the propulsion system of UFOs and so forth? Or they hypothetically the propulsion system. You say how they look at the bottom of the joint. Yeah, all that stuff. Like if you look at the Close Encounters in that movie, it showed the bottom of the joke. You know what I mean? So maybe possibly that's the propulsion system. Because you know they try to say so forth before so forth. The sound waves create levitation, and that's the reason why everybody keep talking about when there's saying flying saucers or UFOs or IFOs. You say they wobble and so forth. The reason why I say IFOs identify flying objects. Now, how could we identify the flying objects if they're from extraterrestrials outside of Earth, right? Well, this is the thing about it. The Bible says one flesh for man, one flesh for beast, which means and so forth. The ancestors went to the celestial heaven, the celestial space, which is heaven, right? You're saying so when Ezekiel went up, they're talking about. You're saying he didn't say he died. You know, saying he said he went up, which is space, right? So you're talking about how there was a different food source. Now ancestors say, nah, you can't. People say, nah, how did you get a different food source? Oh, you ever heard of manna? They know what is manna. Yeah, exactly my point. You know what I'm saying? When you look, when I answered escaped from Egypt, right? We escaped from Egypt because slavery there. When we found a land, we traveled around so for 40 years. They say looking for the land of milk and honey. And then one day and so forth, we say we found a land of milk and honey and so forth. And we found a land of Israel or Yasharada, right? Then it was eating manna. What is manna? I don't know, but it was a no one really technically knows, because the thing about it is it was food that was given. You're saying to the ancient Israelites. You're saying from God, right? From outside of this planet, right? That's what I'm thinking, right? So that food source of manna. You know what I'm saying? When the Israelites try to store the manna and so forth, they couldn't have no leftovers of the manna. You know what I'm saying? They was giving manna, fresh manna every day. But when they try to store the manna, it wouldn't hold. You know what I'm saying? So whatever this manna is, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing in support of this from Earth. That's the point. So yeah, like I said, when our ancestors went to different planets and they had a different food source, you know what I'm saying, so forth, you know what I'm saying, and different atmospheric pressure, you know what I'm saying, you know. Then mutations would exist. I'm using the word mutation. I know people are like hitting that word and so forth, but I'm just using the word mutation because evolution does not exist. I don't think so. I don't think evolution exists at all. I think mutations exist. And the reason why I use the word mutation, because you gotta figure this right here. Everyone came from Adam and Eve, right? Yeah, I bet. So if Adam and Eve were the first people on the planet, then you say when a dad has sex with a mother, what happens? The son, they have a son or a daughter, right? So the son or a daughter is just partially their dad and partially their mom's, right? So that's a mutation of their mom and dad, right? Right? So Adam and Eve, right? And then there's different type of people on this planet, right? So everyone's technically a mutation of Adam and Eve. Evolution does not exist. Mutations exist. The reason why I say evolution does not exist, because it's impossible to have sex with a freaking animal and make a human being. If anyone say, well, what, if human beings evolved from monkeys, then where's the lion man? The lion man would be the man that sit back and say, we evolved from daggone monkeys. We don't evolve from no daggone monkeys. That theory of evolution is a lie. Anyway, so, and I can sit back and talk about the fact that during the Jurassic period and all that right there and so forth, you know what I'm saying, our ancestors had was around and so forth with dinosaurs. With dinosaurs, this means turbo lizard, or you know what I'm saying. And I could talk about the fact and so forth. There was reptilians or giants. You know what I'm saying, in the Jurassic period. And then I could talk about the fact and so forth. You know what I'm saying, that there was Nephilims in the Bible, and the Bible says there was giants in those days. The word giant in Hebrew means Nephilim. You know what I'm saying? So there was Nephilims in those days. And we talk about the fact that Anunnaki, the three of Anunnaki and so forth had made it with the women and so forth. You know what I'm saying? Creating the middle realm, Nephilims. And when you sit back and say mate, you mean you gotta understand something. This is right here. You know what I'm saying? This is perplexing. When you look at Adam, right? Adam, you know what I'm saying? He went to the Most High put him to sleep. You know what I'm saying? And while he was asleep, you know, said that he removed his rib and created a woman out of his rib. Isn't that the same thing as gene splicing? How science would say nowadays, and it's the same thing. So when Anunnaki or Nephilim, you know, say what the Nephilim were created from the Anunnaki. How do you know and so forth? We're not just talking about angels and fallen angels. How do you know we're not talking about how the Father and the Son, which made everything in the world and everything outside the planet, all the angels and all that stuff. But saying so when the angel, when there was a great war in heaven, and the angels had, you know, saying they failed, had made it with the women. This is what the whole theory of Pangea or Pandora's box and all of that. You know, saying how the Pandora's box talk about how the Watchers or whatever. You know, saying these are just this is talking about this Anunnaki. You know, saying they made it with the women and so forth. So like I said, what if the whole theory of Anunnaki and the Bible, it's just that theory about ancestors. It's just stories about our ancestors, and it's amazing. People say, "No, the Bible was written, but there were scrolls that was written before the Bible." Oh, the scrolls that was written about the Anunnaki and all that, those were written in Mesopotamia. The scrolls that was written and so forth, they made the stories in the Bible. Those stories, say, were actually written in Mesopotamia. Some of them as well, because we talk about Genesis, those stories and so forth that Moses wrote the Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible. Moses wrote was writing about the answers that was taught them. He was taught about from Mesopotamia and Iraq, because Iraq is where God the Eden, because of Pangea and so forth, the Euphrates and Tigris River, that's in Iraq. So the theory, which is ancient Mesopotamia, you know what I'm saying? So Mesopotamia, where them scrolls was written, and where the Bible was written, and the theory of Anunnaki, and the whole theory of lesbian people, all that type of stuff started out in Mesopotamia. Where the Ziggurat was at, where the Tower of Babel is at. That's the walled cities and all right, that's the Ziggurats. Written about the predate, you know, saying that the Egyptian pyramids. The Ziggurats predate that. That's a fact. Even the Dropa stones were found in Asia as well. The Dropa stones and so forth was from the Draconians and so forth, or the Anunnaki and so forth. You know, saying there was aliens that they land on this planet, as they say, as terrestrials. So the whole theory of Anunnaki, which is stories about our ancestors. Facts. Anyway, I've been your host, ANAKINSKY. All right. Have a great day. Peace.